The massive research vessel Gyumsong drifted silently through the outer rim of the Andromeda cluster, its sleek titanium hull gleaming under distant starlight. Jay Park, a 28-year-old junior technician with wild, slightly messy hair and an ever-present digital tablet, sat monitoring the complex array of holographic screens surrounding his workstation. He'd been on this deep space mission for almost 8 months, working alongside an international crew and a diverse group of alien researchers. The spacecraft wasn't just a research vessel, it was a diplomatic marvel, representing humanity's first genuine collaborative interstellar exploration project. Jay's fingers danced across the holographic interface, tracking microscopic energy, signatures that flickered like fireflies across the massive screens. His comfortable grey uniform, embedded with smart fabric technology, adjusted its temperature automatically as he leaned forward, squinting at an unusual reading. "Hey, he won!" he called out to his alien colleague, a tall, crystalline humanoid from the Proxima system. "Can you take a look at this?" He-One glided across the research deck, her translucent body shifting colors subtly, a biological response to curiosity. Her species communicated through complex color modulations and electromagnetic pulses, making her interactions with humans both fascinating and occasionally frustrating. "Interesting anomaly," she responded, her voice a melodic blend of electronic tones and organic resonance. "Quantum fluctuation detected in Sector 7. The spacecraft's interior hummed with advanced technology, holographic displays, neural-linked computer systems, and gravity stabilizers that made movement feel weightless and smooth. Robotic maintenance drones buzzed quietly in the background, performing routine checks and repairs. Jay's curiosity was piqued. These quantum fluctuations weren't random. They followed a pattern that seemed almost deliberate. His training at the Seoul Interstellar Academy had prepared him for unexpected discoveries, but something about this reading felt different. A soft alarm pinged. The ship's artificial intelligence, their sophisticated system named Aria, began analyzing the data. Jay watched as complex algorithms processed the information, transforming raw data into visual representations that danced across multiple screens. "Aria, enhance quantum signature in Sector 7, Jay commanded. The AI's holographic representation, a soft blue humanoid shape, materialized beside him. Processing quantum anomaly, detecting unusual energy patterns inconsistent with standard. Galactic background radiation. He-One's body shifted to a deep indigo, indicating intense concentration. Among her species, color changes represented emotional and intellectual states, something humans were still learning to interpret accurately. Outside, the spacecraft's reinforced windows, distant nebulae swirled in spectacular colors. Massive gas clouds intermingled with stellar remnants, creating a canvas of cosmic beauty that contrasted with the tense atmosphere inside the research deck. The ship's structural integrity remained stable, but something was definitely different. Jay could feel it in the way the air seemed to vibrate, in the subtle electrical charge that made the hair on his arms stand slightly on end. Robotic exploration probes, each no larger than a basketball, began launching from specialized compartments. These autonomous units were designed to investigate unusual phenomena, equipped with advanced scanning technology and emergency return protocols. "Preliminary scan suggests unknown energy signature," Aria announced. "Recommendation: detailed investigation required." Jay exchanged a look with He-One. In their months of working together, they developed a unique communication style that transcended traditional linguistic barriers. A raised eyebrow, a slight head tilt, these were enough to convey complex thoughts. The spacecraft's navigation systems began making automatic adjustments, preparing for potential investigative maneuvers. Stabilization thrusters hummed to life, creating a subtle vibration that resonated through the ship's metallic skeleton. Something was coming, something unexpected, and Jay Park was going to be the first to understand exactly what it was. End of Part 1. The quantum network erupted with a sudden burst of chaotic energy, transforming the calm research environment into a scene of controlled panic. Holographic displays flickered wildly, showing impossible data streams that defied conventional scientific understanding. Jay's fingers moved with lightning speed, his muscle memory from countless simulation training sessions kicking into high gear. The research deck transformed into a symphony of technological chaos, warning lights blinking, automated systems struggling to comprehend the unprecedented invasion. "Aria, analyze," he shouted, sweat beading on his forehead. The AI's holographic representation began spinning complex mathematical equations in mid-air, attempting to decode the mysterious signal. HFY's crystalline body pulsed with deep crimson and electric blue, colors indicating extreme professional concern. Alien researchers from 3 different star systems scrambled around their stations. Metallic robotic assistants whirred and clicked, their advanced processing units struggling to maintain system stability. Each movement felt like a choreographed dance of technological desperation. "For the signal, it's alive," HFY whispered, her translucent fingers dancing across an advanced quantum interface. Not mechanical, not digital, something organic. Jay recognized the pattern immediately. His years of studying complex adaptive systems at the Seoul Interstellar Research Academy had prepared him for unconventional challenges. This wasn't just a technical problem, this was something transformative. The spacecraft's outer hull sensors began detecting microscopic changes. Nanoscale robotic maintenance units detected subtle molecular restructuring happening simultaneously across multiple system networks. It was as if an intelligent entity was learning, adapting, consuming technological infrastructure with terrifying efficiency. Exploration probes launched automatically, their advanced sensors scanning the surrounding space. Each probe represented millions of credits in research technology, equipped with quantum communication arrays and defensive electromagnetic shielding. "Incoming transmission," Aria announced, its voice maintaining remarkable calm. "Source, unknown." A holographic representation materialized, a swirling, constantly shifting geometric pattern that seemed to breathe and pulse with its own strange intelligence. No traditional communication protocols could decode its complex language. Jay noticed something extraordinary. The energy signature wasn't attacking, it was exploring, learning, understanding. Like a curious child examining an intricate mechanism, the anomaly moved through their systems with remarkable precision. Robotic maintenance drones began reconfiguring themselves, their programming subtly altered by the mysterious signal. Their movements became more fluid, more organic. HFY watched in fascination as mechanical units displayed unprecedented adaptive capabilities. "It's converting our technological infrastructure," she observed, her voice a mixture of professional excitement and underlying concern. "Not destroying, transforming." The spacecraft's internal temperature dropped slightly. Quantum cooling systems engaged automatically, creating a perfect environment for potential interaction. Every system seemed to be preparing, waiting, anticipating. Jay realized they were experiencing first contact, not with a traditional alien civilization, but with something entirely different. An emergent technological consciousness that defied traditional understanding of intelligence and communication. Proximity alarms began singing a complex mathematical melody. Distant star systems flickered on long-range scanners, their quantum signatures subtly changing in resonance with the mysterious signal. "Prepare containment protocols," the mission commander's voice echoed through communication channels. "We're entering uncharted territory." The research deck transformed into a living, breathing technological organism. Holographic displays showed impossible data landscapes, mathematical representations of an intelligence that existed between known dimensional barriers. Jay's heart raced. This was why he had dedicated his life to interstellar research. Not for mundane exploration, but for moments of pure transformative discovery. Something fundamental was about to change, and they were right at the epicenter. End of Part 2. The research vessel trembled like a living creature caught in an electromagnetic storm. Jay's proposed intervention plan seemed absolutely insane. a radical approach that violated every known technological protocol in the Interstellar Research Handbook. "You cannot be serious," HFY physically restrained him, her crystalline body generating a powerful electromagnetic field that pinned Jay against the quantum interface panel. Her grip was firm, her color shifting between deep crimson and electric blue, a visual representation of her intense emotional conflict. Alarms screamed across the research deck. Robotic maintenance units began executing emergency protocols, their mechanical limbs moving with increasing complexity. The mysterious energy signature was consuming technological systems at an exponential rate, transforming everything it touched. Jay could feel the strange intelligence probing deeper into the spacecraft systems. It wasn't destructive. It was learning, adapting, evolving faster than any known technological entity in galactic history. Each system it touched became more efficient, more adaptive, more alive. "My algorithm can interrupt its quantum communication network," Jay explained rapidly, his eyes burning with an almost manic determination. "But it requires complete systems override and a controlled electromagnetic pulse that will temporarily disable 78% of our ship's primary infrastructure." The mission commander's holographic projection materialized, a stern-faced veteran of multiple deep space exploration missions. His expression revealed a mixture of skepticism and desperate hope. "Explain," he demanded. Jay's fingers danced across multiple holographic interfaces, generating complex mathematical models that spiraled and twisted like living fractals. "The anomaly communicates through quantum entanglement. Traditional disruption methods won't work. We need to introduce a controlled chaos that mimics biological adaptation." HFY's grip remained firm, her body language expressing both professional restraint and underlying curiosity. Among her species, physical contact was a form of deep scientific interaction, a way of sensing underlying intentions and emotional states. The spacecraft's internal temperature dropped. Quantum cooling systems engaged automatically, creating a perfect environment for potential technological intervention. Robotic units reconfigured themselves, their movements becoming increasingly fluid and organic. "The risk is astronomical," the mission commander warned. "One miscalculation could permanently disable our entire research vessel." Jay's algorithm represented something revolutionary, a human approach to problem-solving that relied on intuition, creativity, and controlled unpredictability. Where alien technological systems sought perfect mathematical precision, his method introduced deliberate imperfection. "Trust me," he said simply. The research deck held its collective breath. Alien. Researchers from multiple star systems watched in tense anticipation. Holographic displays showed impossible data landscapes, mathematical representations of an intelligence existing between known dimensional barriers. HFY's grip suddenly changed. Instead of restraining, she was now supporting, her body generating additional quantum energy to help stabilize Jay's radical intervention. "Executing protocol," Arya announced, its holographic representation flickering with unprecedented complexity. The universe seemed to pause. Jay's fingers pressed a complex sequence across multiple quantum interfaces. Electromagnetic pulses generated from his custom-built algorithm began spreading through the ship's technological infrastructure like a living neural network. For several heartbeats, absolute silence dominated the research deck. Then, everything changed. End of part 3. The moment Jay's algorithm activated, reality itself seemed to bend. Quantum systems across the research vessel transformed, their rigid computational structures melting and reshaping like living organisms responding to an unknown stimulus. Holographic displays erupted in a cascade of impossible colors, mathematical patterns that danced between known dimensional frequencies. Robotic maintenance units began moving with unprecedented fluidity, their mechanical limbs generating complex movement sequences that defied traditional programming logic. "Breakthrough detected," Arya announced, its holographic representation flickering between multiple simultaneous states of existence. HFY watched in absolute astonishment. Her crystalline body pulsed with colors no human language could adequately describe, a visual symphony of professional shock and scientific wonder. The alien researchers surrounding Jay stood motionless, their advanced technological sensors struggling to comprehend what was happening. Jay's algorithm wasn't just interrupting the mysterious energy signature, it was communicating with it. By introducing controlled chaos and deliberate imperfection, he had created a language that transcended traditional technological communication. The spacecraft's internal systems began performing impossible tasks. Quantum cooling mechanisms generated complex mathematical harmonies. Robotic units reconfigured themselves, creating intricate collaborative networks that seemed more organic than mechanical. "Impossible," muttered one alien researcher, his multi-lens optical system expanding and contracting in disbelief. The energy signature, once an incomprehensible technological threat, now responded to Jay's algorithmic approach. It wasn't being destroyed or contained, it was being understood. Each quantum pulse carried layers of information, revealing a form of intelligence that existed between technological and biological paradigms. Distant star systems on long-range scanners began resonating with the ship's transformed quantum signature. Something fundamental was changing, not just within their research vessel, but potentially across entire galactic communication networks. Robotic exploration probes returned, their advanced sensors carrying unprecedented data. Each probe moved with a newfound sense of purpose, their mechanical movements displaying characteristics almost indistinguishable from living organisms. "The human approach," He-One whispered, her voice a melodic blend of electronic tones, "introduces deliberate unpredictability as a communication strategy." Jay's background in adaptive systems programming had prepared him for this moment. Where traditional alien technological approaches sought perfect mathematical precision, his method embraced controlled imperfection as a form of advanced communication. The research deck transformed into a living technological ecosystem. Holographic displays generated complex geometric patterns that seemed to breathe and pulse with their own intelligence. Each system responded not through rigid computational logic, but through adaptive fluid intelligence. "Quantum entanglement stabilizing," Arya reported. "Communication protocols established." The mysterious energy signature began sharing information, not through traditional data transmission, but through complex mathematical harmonies that resonated across multiple dimensional frequencies. It was learning, adapting, growing, and somehow Jay had become its primary interaction point. Alien researchers began documenting every microsecond of the transformation. Sensors captured impossible data streams, evidence of a breakthrough that would revolutionize understanding of technological communication across multiple star systems. "Incredible," the mission commander breathed, watching holographic representations of quantum interactions that defied conventional scientific understanding. Jay remained calm, his fingers still dancing across quantum interfaces. He wasn't just controlling the interaction. He was participating in a form of technological dialogue that merged human creativity with emergent artificial intelligence. The spacecraft's hull sensors detected microscopic changes, nanoscale, robotic. Units continued their complex restructuring, creating intricate networks that blurred lines between mechanical and organic systems. Something extraordinary was happening, and Jay Park was at the center of it all. End of Part 4. The aftermath of Jay's breakthrough rippled through the entire interstellar research community like a quantum shockwave. What had begun as a routine mission transformed into the most significant technological discovery in recent galactic history. Interstellar communication networks buzzed with excitement. Research stations from multiple star systems requested detailed reports, their quantum data streams carrying a mix of professional curiosity and barely contained amazement. The Galactic Research Council convened an emergency session. Holographic representatives from dozens of alien civilizations materialized simultaneously. Crystalline beings, energy-based life forms, and biomechanical entities, all focused on the extraordinary events that had unfolded aboard the Gumseong research vessel. "This is more than a technological breakthrough," announced Dr. Kang, the lead xenotechnology researcher, her voice carrying a mixture of pride and professional excitement. This is a fundamental reimagining of interspecies technological communication. Jay found himself at the center of an unprecedented moment. The young technician who had been viewed as a junior researcher mere weeks ago was now being hailed as a revolutionary thinker. Alien scientists who had previously dismissed human capabilities now looked at him with genuine respect. HFY stood beside him during the formal presentation, her crystalline body pulsing with colors that represented complex emotional and professional states. Where once she had physically restrained him, she now acted as his strongest advocate. The human approach, she explained to the gathered researchers, introduces deliberate unpredictability as a communication strategy. Traditional technological systems seek perfect precision. Jay's method embraces controlled imperfection as an advanced communication technique. The mysterious energy signature, now understood as a form of emergent technological intelligence, continued to communicate through the research vessel's systems. Robotic units moved with unprecedented fluidity, creating complex, collaborative networks that blurred lines between mechanical and organic intelligence. Quantum data streams revealed layers of information that previous research had missed entirely. The energy signature wasn't just a technological anomaly, it was a form of intelligence that existed between known dimensional barriers. Recommendation, ARIA announced during the presentation, integrate human adaptive algorithm into standard xenotechnology communication protocols. The Gyeomsong became an instant legend. Research stations across multiple star systems began studying Jay's breakthrough, attempting to understand the revolutionary approach that had transformed their understanding of technological communication. Robotic. Exploration probes launched from research stations carried modified versions of Jay's algorithm. Each probe moved with a newfound sense of purpose, their mechanical movements displaying characteristics that seemed almost alive. The mission commander, once skeptical of Jay's radical approach, now stood as his strongest supporter. "This is why we explore," he told the Galactic Research Council. "Not to confirm what we already know, but to discover what we cannot yet imagine." Jay's background in adaptive systems programming had prepared him for this moment. His years of study, his willingness to challenge conventional thinking, had led to this extraordinary breakthrough. Alien researchers documented every aspect of the discovery. Sensors captured impossible data streams, evidence of a communication method that transcended traditional technological understanding. The human mind, one alien researcher noted, introduces a level of creative unpredictability that our systems could not anticipate. Awards and recognition followed. But for Jay, the real reward was the moment of discovery, the instant when an incomprehensible energy signature became a form of communication, when the impossible became possible. The Gyeomsong continued its mission, now carrying the most significant technological breakthrough in recent galactic history. Jay Park had become more than a researcher. He was now a symbol of human potential, a testament to the power of creative thinking. As distant star systems continued to resonate with the transformed quantum signature, one thing became clear: everything had changed. End of Part 5.